You've been skinned.
See that fine
Too
coming?
many months. I had to break into that pub. I've been in this cellar for 3 hours.
Lady pirate.
By the way, these pewter tankards made out of lead. So I wouldn't just be drunk, I'd be a little bit intoxicated off lead poisoning as well. Interesting fact. Right.
Drinking out of this.
I think you were going to hit me.
Well, a bit of lead poisoning won't hurt anyone.
You filthy dog! I'll no have no talk. There's mutiny in my crew.
Mutiny, is this?
Mutiny?
Wait a minute, woman say mutiny?
I'm in your crew!
Come on then. Come on.
Do you have any idea how many anonymous henchmen I've killed? Make a sensible decision, boys. All over. Just that.
Oh wow.
Oh, need a loaded pistol to beat him up.
Swine made me all wet!
What? Ah! Now, before I decide what to do with this dog, I have to introduce to you the two good ladies that sail with me. My lovely wife, Anne Bonny, and Mary Reed.
Hey.
Clever women. They were both taken to be hung at the gallows, but they escaped. It is illegal and unjust to hang a pregnant woman.
But
So, they found themselves locked together in a bastion and making a decision to lie and claim pregnancy, at which point they were both sent back to the cells, and then it was broken out, and they went on to live fairly full lives until Mary Reed sadly passed away of fever in prison once again. She was a particularly nice lady. Now, Mopsy Bones, what are we to do with him?
Kill him!
What do we do with mutinous dogs?
Kill Harlem!
Kill her! Burn him! Pug wash him? No, no.
marry him.
When we mutinied against Spain, you were useful. I mean to have you for my crew, Mopsy, even if it is burglary. Will you sail with me again?
I go then. But as long as the summers are black.
Ah, you may not have long to wait. For it turns out, 4 captains and myself decide to sail from Tortuga to an island where we hope to build a new pirate royalty. A new place for us to continue our debauchery. Nassau, its name.
Debauchery for everyone.
However, one of the captains that's meant to sail with me down here is Mr. Bartholomew Roberts. I think he's recovered enough.
What left? See, the problem with all this kind of thing that occurred a lot amongst pirates
Reassemble yourself.
was due primarily to drunkenness. Now, a lot of you might have heard of the Pirate Code. Has anyone heard of the Pirate Code?
Aye.
Yeah, it's all that parlay business. Absolute rubbish. The Pirate Code... Hey, didn't you invent that? ...was put together by Bartholomew Roberts. And was much more... And it was rules, not damn guidelines. It was much more like insurance policy, actually. Most pirates were crazy drunk maniacs.
That's
They
really not
get
scary.
stuff out and nick their stuff. And because of that, they died in droves and were captured. Would you get on a ferry with a load of drunk people about the place? It's a terrible idea. So Bartholomew Roberts, a Welshman, by the way, realised that they'd keep us. It was a much better idea. So he kept his entire crew sober and not drinking blood, which meant that he's enormously successful. And the pirate code was actually a form of insurance, which meant that if you lost a finger, say, in a boarding action, or a leg, you'd get money for it. So, basically, a kind of insurance. So insurance was invented by pirates, and it's sort of still run by pirates now. So the pirate code was very much geared towards that. But he was a very strict man, no drinking on the ship. Bed by
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. And to make sure that everyone was fit, he made everybody dance the hornpipe.
He was as big a woofter as me.
But he was
Well,
much
that
more
says something.
successful than you. Calico Jack Rackham is most famous for beating up some poor old fishermen and nicking their fish.
Why risk yourself against a ship of the line when you can risk yourself against a 90-year-old man with no eyes? Much safer.
But all you get is fish! Whereas Bartholomew Roberts was an enormously successful pirate, but not as successful as his fellow Welsh countryman, who you may have heard of, whose first name was Henry. Captain Henry Morgan. Captain Morgan, they named the rum after him.
Good old rum!
Yeah, very famous for his rum. So famous, in fact, that he became governor, and they named the rum after him years later, as that's what he drank himself to death with. So, yes. So technically, of all the pirates, I always think that Henry Morgan won, as he's still famous now, and he drank himself to death. He's quite an old man. So as piracy goes,
He did quite well.
he won!
He also escaped the gallows, which, sadly, it seems may be my fate.
Well, to be fair, he escaped the gallows in that he got shot full of grape shot and blown into 1,000 tiny pieces.
Nice!
So, as to whether that's really an escape or not is up to you. But has anyone seen the film The Princess Bride?
Yes?
Have you heard, so you've heard of the Dread Pirate Roberts? Yeah. That was the name, that was Black Bart Roberts, was the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Ah.
The pirates.
So they say. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this very much brings us to the end of our time in Tortuga, for I must away with my fellow captains and sail for Nassau. However, I would like to formally introduce the full Blackgate Combat Academy stage, screen and display crew. Didn't they do well?
Aye.
And again, I make no excuse for repeating myself. If you wish to learn this sort of combat and the sword fighting, we run monthly academies at the Blackgate in Newcastle on the third Thursday of each month. Very good fun. You do have to bring yourselves and a slightly inappropriate sense of humour. Please, while you're down this end of the farm, guys, don't just disappear back up the top. Got a lovely mobile coffee and tea shop. There's a stonemason in the corner. Kids, try your hands at that. Come and see the weapons close up at the wildfire store where I will be in a minute. Nip round the back and see the trolls at the Ancestor Leathercraft stall. We have all sorts of crafts for you here. There is possibly story time? Yes. Stories in the tavern as well.
Right now.
Happening now. Go to the tavern. Let's go to the tavern.